Welcome back, everyone. In this lecture, we're going to do some pre-processing to the data. We've already taken care of missing values and converted any categorical values to either continuous calls or dummy variables. Now it's time to perform a train test split and normalize the data. Afterwards, we can then create the model. Let's get started. Okay, here we are back at the notebook. The next step is to import train test split from scikit-learn. So we can do that simply by saying from sklearn dot model selection, go ahead and import train test split. And after we've done that, the next task is to drop the loan status column we created earlier, since it's essentially a duplicate of the loan repaid column. And we'll use the loan repaid column since it's already in zeros and ones. So we'll do the following. We'll say df is equal to df.drop, and then say loan underscore status, and then say axis is equal to 1. Okay. After that, we'll set x and y variables to the values of the feature and the label. So we can do that by simply saying x is equal to df, go ahead and drop loan repaid along axis is equal to 1, and I just want the values there. And then y is going to be equal to df loan repaid, and then grab those values and run that. All right. Now, this next step is completely optional. It really depends on how you're running this. So if you're not running this on the Google Cloud platform, and instead you're running this locally, if you have lower RAM or you're not using GPU, you may want to optionally, to save a little bit on the training time, just grab a sample from this entire data set. Now keep in mind, if you only grab a sample, you probably won't perform as well because you're not seeing as many correct examples. So there are methods here for you to sample, and that is you can say df sample, and you can provide a sampling that you want to take. Maybe you only want to take 10% or 20% of the data and set that as your data frame. Since I'm running this on a GPU, I'll go ahead and keep the entire data frame. But keep in mind, if you're just kind of following along but don't really need to spend all the time with the training, you could take just a sample of the data. Next, we'll perform a train test split. So we can simply say train test split. We'll go ahead and copy this from the doc string. So scroll down here until you see this result. Copy and paste that in. And we'll go ahead and set our test size to 0.2. And to make sure you get the same split I do, go ahead and set your random state to this arbitrary value of 101. We run that. And now that we've done the train test split, we can normalize our data. We'll go ahead and use the min-max scalar that we've been using throughout the course. We'll say from sklearn, pre-processing, import min-max scalar, create an instance of that min-max scalar, and then go ahead and start transforming your data. So we'll say xtrain is equal to scalar, and we'll just call fit transform in one step on our current xtraining data set, run that. And then for the xtest dataset, we don't want to fit to that. We just want to transform to prevent any data leakage from our test set. Okay, so we've normalized the data, and then up next, we'll go ahead and create the model. So we'll see you in the next lecture where we focus on creating the model. I'll see you there.